The Avesta is the primary collection of sacred texts of Zoroastrianism, a religion that originated in ancient Iran. While often referred to as a single book, it is, in reality, a compilation of various liturgical, theological, and legal texts composed over many centuries. The oldest and most revered parts are the Gathas, a series of hymns believed to be the direct words of the prophet Zarathustra, or Zoroaster. These Gathas are the foundational texts of the religion, expressing a monotheistic worldview centered on the Supreme Being, Ahura Mazda, and his ethical principles. Zarathustra's message, as preserved in these hymns, is a call to moral choice between Asha, truth, righteousness, cosmic order, and Druj, falsehood, chaos, deception. He speaks of a cosmic struggle between these two forces, with humanity playing a crucial role in the outcome. The Gathas are profound, poetic, and somewhat enigmatic, reflecting the early stages of a sophisticated theological system. They were composed in a dialect known as Gathic Avestan, a language closely related to Vedic Sanskrit, indicating a common origin for the Indo-Iranian peoples. The rest of the Avesta, known as the Younger Avestan texts, were composed later and in a slightly different dialect. This larger body of work expands upon the themes introduced in the Gathas, providing a more detailed and complex picture of Zoroastrian cosmology, rituals, and laws. The Yasna, for example, is the central liturgical collection, containing the Gathas as its core, but also including other prayers and hymns for the main Zoroastrian worship ceremony. The Yasna Haptang Haitai, or Worship of the Seven Chapters, is a particularly important section of the Yasna, offering further insights into the early Zoroastrian worldview. It is a prose text distinct from the poetic Gathas, and it celebrates Ahura Mazda and his divine manifestations, known as the Aimshaspentas, bounteous immortals. These Aimshaspentas, Vohumana, good mind, Ashavahishta, best truth, Spenta Armadi, holy devotion, Kshatravirya, desirable dominion, Horvatat, wholeness, and Amaritat, immortality, are not independent deities but rather facets or emanations of Ahura Mazda himself. They represent the divine virtues that human beings are meant to emulate. The Younger Avesta also introduces a more pronounced pantheon of other divine beings, the Yazatas, worthy of worship, who assist Ahura Mazda in the cosmic struggle. Figures like Mitra, a god of covenants and light, and Anahita, a goddess of waters, are prominent in these later texts, suggesting the incorporation of pre-Zoroastrian or regional deities into the broader religious framework. Another major component of the Avesta is the Vendidad, or Law Against the Devas. This is a book of purification laws and rituals, dealing extensively with what is considered ritually impure and how to cleanse it. It is a highly practical text, addressing everything from the treatment of a dead body to the proper disposal of nails and hair. The Vendidad reveals a deep concern for purity, which is seen as a physical and spiritual state essential for maintaining the cosmic order and resisting the forces of Druj. The devas are malevolent beings, associated with deception and evil, and the laws in the Vendidad are designed to combat their influence. This part of the Avesta provides a window into the daily life and practices of ancient Zoroastrians, showing how their theological beliefs translated into a meticulous system of laws and customs. The Vendidad also includes mythical narratives, such as the story of Yima, who builds a great enclosure to save humanity and animals from a devastating winter, a story that bears similarities to flood myths in other cultures. The Yashts are another significant part of the Avesta, consisting of hymns of praise and adoration for various Yazatas. Each Yasht is dedicated to a specific divine being, such as Ahura Mazda, the Aimshaspentas, or other prominent figures like Mitra and Anahita. These hymns are often very poetic and contain rich mythological material, including stories of the Yazatas and their heroic deeds. The Yashts reveal a more developed and stratified cosmology than the Gathas, with a hierarchy of divine beings and a complex narrative of the cosmic struggle. They provide a deeper understanding of the religious imagination of the ancient Iranians, showing how they personified natural forces and ethical principles, and wove them into a compelling tapestry of myth and ritual. The Yashts are particularly valuable for their historical and cultural insights, as they often mention geographical locations and historical figures, offering clues about the ancient Iranian world. The Visperad, or All the Masters, is a collection of liturgical texts that supplement the Yasna. It is used in ceremonies that honor all the Ratu, masters, of the various spiritual and physical realms. The Visperad is structured as an expansion of the Yasna, with additional prayers and invocations inserted into the main ceremony. It reflects the ongoing development of Zoroastrian ritual and the desire to honor the entire spectrum of divine and worldly beings that contribute to the cosmic order. It highlights the importance of ritual in Zoroastrianism, not as a mere formality, but as a powerful act that reinforces the principles of Asha and strengthens the forces of goodness in the world. Other parts of the Avesta include the Yasna, which are collections of daily prayers, and the Siroza, a list of the names of the yazatas associated with each day of the month. These shorter texts are crucial for understanding the practical aspects of Zoroastrian devotion and the rhythm of daily religious life. They show how the grand theological concepts of the Gathas were integrated into the everyday routines of believers. The Siroza, in particular, demonstrates the Zoroastrian calendar and its connection to the divine beings. The Avesta as a whole, therefore, is not a unified narrative but a mosaic of different texts, reflecting the evolution of a religion from its prophetic origins to its later, more elaborate and ritualistic forms. The process of compiling and preserving these texts was a monumental effort, carried out by generations of priests who memorized and transmitted the oral tradition before it was finally committed to writing in the Sasanian period, centuries after the time of Zarathustra. The historical transmission of the Avesta is a story of resilience and survival. For centuries, the texts were transmitted orally, a practice that ensured their preservation but also led to some loss and corruption over time. The Sasanian Empire, which ruled Iran from the 3rd to the 7th centuries CE, oversaw the monumental project of committing the entire oral tradition to writing, creating a definitive canon. This written Avesta, however, was largely lost after the Muslim conquest of Iran, and only a fraction of the original texts survived in the hands of the Zoroastrian communities. The surviving Avesta, as we know it today, is therefore an incomplete record of a much larger body of work. The lost texts, known as the Lost Avesta, are a source of much scholarly speculation, and their contents are known to us only through later Pahlavi translations and summaries. These Pahlavi books, while not part of the Avesta itself, are crucial for understanding the religion, as they provide interpretations and commentaries on the sacred texts, offering a glimpse into the intellectual life of the Zoroastrian priesthood in the Sasanian and post-Sasanian periods. The Avesta's cosmology is a dualistic one, but it is important to understand the specific nature of this dualism. It is not a metaphysical dualism between matter and spirit, but an ethical dualism between two primordial spirits, Spentamenu, the bounteous spirit, and Ungramenu, the destructive spirit. These two spirits are coeval but not coeternal. They are opposites in thought, word, and deed, and they have been in conflict since the beginning of time. Ahura Mazda, the Supreme Being, is associated with Spentamenu, and he created a world of goodness, light and life. Ungramenu, in contrast, created a world of evil, darkness and death. Human beings are placed in this world as allies of Ahura Mazda, and their purpose is to choose Asha and fight against the forces of Druj. This cosmic struggle will culminate in a final renovation, the Frashokaridi, where all evil will be vanquished, and the world will be restored to its pristine state of perfection. This eschatological vision is a central feature of Zoroastrianism, and is a powerful motivator for righteous living. The Avesta provides the blueprint for this struggle, detailing the rituals, prayers, and ethical principles that enable believers to participate in the cosmic battle and ensure the ultimate triumph of good. The Avesta is not merely a collection of ancient texts. It is a living document that continues to shape the beliefs and practices of Zoroastrians today, serving as a timeless guide for navigating the complexities of life and making the right moral choices. The language of the Avesta, Avestan, is an ancient Iranian language, and its study provides crucial insights into the history of the Indo-Iranian languages and their relationship with other Indo-European tongues. The Gathic Avestan of the Gathas is particularly archaic and provides a valuable resource for historical linguists. The younger Avestan, while still ancient, shows a more developed linguistic structure. The preservation of these languages in the Avesta is a testament to the dedication of the Zoroastrian priesthood, who maintained the oral tradition with remarkable fidelity for centuries. The Avesta's influence extends beyond Zoroastrianism, as its concepts and terminology have had a significant impact on later religions and philosophies. The dualistic worldview, the idea of a cosmic struggle between good and evil, the concept of a final judgment, and the belief in a heavenly paradise and a hellish abyss have all found echoes in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, suggesting a long history of cross-cultural influence. The Avesta, therefore, is not just a sacred text for one religion. It is a foundational document for understanding the religious and cultural history of the ancient Near East and beyond. Its complex structure, diverse content, and rich historical context make it a subject of ongoing scholarly research and a source of profound spiritual wisdom for those who seek to understand the origins of one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions.